investing in dividend stocks versus trading stocks. Last year, 2023, we spent 2023 to get more serious. For a few years now, we have made a goal to increase our investment assets, and 2023 we made a goal to invest in dividend stocks, and I can just say that a record of those show that we made about 300 a month in dividend. And let me make sure I'm not so we made about 300 a month or so in dividend, and we have a little bit more than 100 stocks, dividend stocks that we invested in. And this year, or toward the end of 2023, my husband suggested that instead of holding on to those stocks for years, when they reach their high, we can sell them and wait, and when they reach their low, we can buy them again. And that's what he and I, pretty much that's what we have been doing for some years. And those are other calculations, probably to see the state of the account, like what we are purchasing and when we sell. So when we purchase, it will be negative, and when we sell, it will be positive. It will be a positive, and when we buy and sell the same month, it will show a positive number. So it could be some sale happen that month, but more buying stocks. But I've been trading stock for years, and just like when I have a few $100 or like $100 or a few dollars, I will invest it and trade penny stocks. But I'm more of an investor, and I will buy the stocks with the goal of selling it when it double in price. So my husband and I will buy when the stocks is close to 52 weeks low, and we will sell when it's close to 52 weeks high, or when it double in price. So at least he has a constant goal of selling when it reaches a certain profit. But me, I'll hold on to the stocks longer, and then it will plunge back into a negative number or loss, unrealized loss, and then I'll just go through that unrealized profit, unrealized loss with those until some of them bankrupt on me as well, and few on my husband as well. But I would say it's more like position trading back then, but I just didn't use that name for it. And as I was last year, 2023, I made a few videos to show how to invest in dividend video, how to pick those dividend stocks and to invest in dividend stocks. And the goal was to be able to create a stream of income that over time, and I said about 10 years over time, it will generate enough that will cover our living expenses to create another stream of income that we don't need to we don't need to wait for our paycheck from our employers to provide for our family. And as you can see, that's the amount, or close to the amount, made in 2023 in dividend income, investing in multiple stocks. But again, most of them were red and like unrealized losses. And during 2023, some of them because we bought them close to 52 weeks low, just like how my husband and I did it in the past. But because I was trying to create a stream of income through dividend, I didn't really have a plan to sell them. And I think that's when my husband suggested that it's better we sell them when they reach close to 52 weeks high, and then we buy them back again. And then I didn't really like that idea because it really changed my strategy that I worked months to come up with to set that goal. And then I told him that if we are going to trade the way we passively traded before, I don't think that's the way people that trade for a living do it. Therefore, I need to learn how people trade for a living, and we can trade and we can invest as well. So I spent some weeks watching a lot of videos to see how people that made a living from trading, because I'm trying to create a stream of income, which was not my goals back in 2008, 2007. I'm not even sure when I started that I was learning about stock, reading books, and I think I might even have one book here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I have, they are so dusty, but I have a book. Let me see if I can bring it closer. But yeah, I don't even know what is in it anymore, but let me show it again. And I'm not saying that I'm endorsing any author though. I'm just showing the books that I have on hand. I gave up. Don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of dusty. I don't even remember what is in it, so don't think I'm endorsing anything. And I used to watch CBS as well, and this guy talks so fast that I don't even know. It was so hard for me to understand him, but I like to watch CBS to learn more about stocks, and I was reading books about it as well, and I bought this book, and I'm not even sure I remember what is in it. Maybe one of these days I might take it out. I'm trying to see if I put a year in it. Sometimes I will write a year at the beginning of the page, but yeah, I gave up most of my books. I just sent them to thrift store. But yeah, I started with investing, and I think it best suited my personality as well, because I'm a little bit more on the conservative side. And when I introduced my husband to stocks, he didn't like it at first because he said that's spending. And I said, no, we need to invest in the stock, because that's something that when I was learning it, I was going to my second master's degree here in the US, and I will discuss that with my coworkers and ask them to invest in the stock market, to ask their husband, or ladies, ask their husband to help them invest in the stock market. I think they'll just think that I'm kind of weird, because we were contractor doing hair, like braiding African Americans hair. It's a hair salon, and I'm there talking about stocks investment to those ladies. So when I got married, I did the same thing. I brought the approach. I have my account by then. I brought that to my husband's attention, and he rejected as well. So I had to convince him to get into on the same side as me. He didn't want to, so because I have Charles Schwab account, I create one for him, a brokerage account and Roth as well, and I transfer money to his Roth, and then I say he needs to find a stock to invest in, and little by little he got into it, and he liked the idea of buying, and when it goes up, selling. So we didn't have a lot of money back then to do that. I think I was still working part-time. I don't even know what I was doing back then. Maybe working at Walmart, fast food, and or substitution, while I was still looking for a job related to my degree. So, and but then I would instead reinvest in the stock market. So by just investing little by little, when we have $100 to spare, investing it and buying those penny stocks, we gather familiar with the stock market. But again, we use screeners from Charles Schwab. I don't have it open now, to find stocks that are close to their 52 weeks low. We will buy, and then we will see the one that are within our price range, and we like the penny stocks because we could buy multiple shares for a small dollar amount, and we will wait. They will go up, and then we will sell it for the profit, and then we will repeat it again. But then when I hold on to them, some of them will file bankrupt because most of them were in the oil sector. So, and we may manage that way as well. But in 2023, at the end of 2023, when my husband suggested again, even though we did it throughout the years, I was now comfortable with that approach. And we used that approach to buy the dividend stock. We bought them at the close to the 52 weeks low, their 52 weeks low. But most of them went back down because again, I think because of the economical crisis that we are in, if I'm calling it that way, I think I said to myself they could go down again. So what I will do is, let me see if I have a spreadsheet of the account. What I will do is when I log into my Charles Schwab account, the one that are in red, I will just check the one that are close to 52 weeks low. And now if you have money, every month we were investing from our paycheck, and I will just see which one that we have that are close to the 52 weeks low, that I won't have to go back to my dividend stock spreadsheets to find them. I will just find them from my from our account, and the one that are close to 52 weeks low, I'll click on the stocks to see the chart, to see if I still like that chart, and if I do, then I will buy more share, and I will take the dividends into consideration as well. But that's the way we did it in 2023. And when some of them reach their 52 weeks low and start coming down again, we sold some. And I think I can find some record here. For 2023, we bought Microsoft Office. For instance, let me see if I'll be able to see it. We bought Apple around March. I don't know if it's too small for you to see it. Okay. And we bought Apple. I wanted to take my face out of there. We bought Apple in March for $1,500 or so, and we sold it in December. You can see the difference in how many months we held it. So it can be called position trading. So, and we sold it in December and made $361 profit on that. I don't know how much the profit is though, but we can easily calculate the rate by doing the profit divided by how much we paid. And this one just show the one we sold, not the one we still have in the account. And I'm just going to put the percentage there, and let's drag it down. Okay, so it might help us. And let's take another example. This is a risky stock that I'm not a big fan of, that my husband likes because he traded multiple times in his own account, Roth account, and Roth IRA, and he likes it. and he wants us to trade it, and we use a big chunk of our account capital to invest in it, and we trade it multiple times. But it is a stock that technically I should. Okay, so we bought it more than once in 2022 for a price that was higher, probably was kind of low back then, but it went even lower. And so we didn't sell it, we just left it in our accounts in the red. When I say red, I mean unrealized loss for more than a year. And in October of the same year, we bought it again when it was close to 52 weeks low back then, and we sold both in a year later, if I can even say a year, yeah, from the first one. But in June 2023, because it's an airline, it's kind of seasonal, so summer was the peak. So when it was close to its 52 weeks high, we sold it. We sold all the share, and we made a profit on it. But you can see for how long we held it, and just keep that particular stock in mind. We will come back to it. So we held it for, you can tell me for how long is that? Clearly almost a year for that first purchase, and over 6, 7, 8 months for the second purchase, and we sold it for pretty much, let's say, 88% return. And then we bought it again in November. By then my husband was talking about trading instead of holding on to the stocks, and I say, okay, so in that case I really need to learn how to trade. But then as I look at the chart, I know that between 52 weeks low and high, we have multiple lows and highs. They are just not very low or very high, like the 52 weeks lowest price and the 52 weeks highest price. And 52 weeks is 1 year time frame. And I told him that with this company, if we can tell where those soft lows and soft highs are, we can trade multiple times during the year, and I target maybe 2-3 times before June, when it will hit its peak, and then we'll sell it again. So we tried that, and we made the first purchase when it went down to close to 52 weeks low in November, and we purchased it. But then we purchased it again when it went lower again. And at the end of, because it is an airline, people probably will book for Christmas or holidays, and in November, close to end of November, I noticed that the price went up, and I was anticipating that early. Let me show you the chart of it. I was anticipating that early December is when the soft peak will happen. Therefore, we will sell it. But at the end of November, I felt like we will not have. I'm on the weekly here. Let's go to daily. Let's just work with the weekly chart. So we bought it around this area, and then we sold it. And because I was thinking that it will go down, therefore we sold it. But then it went up again before it went down, start going down close to Christmas time. So, and by doing that, by holding it for every bar on this weekly chart, you can see maximum weekly here, every bar is 1 week worth bar. So we bought it and we held it for 1, 2, 3 weeks, and we sold it. Jason, I'm recording.
You want me to put it anywhere?
Oh, you can put them away, please.
From what?
Yeah, thank you. And we sold it. I don't even know where I was saying those things. And we made a profit. of about 5,000 again, or 11% or so. Okay, so just keep that in perspective. And then we have Apple as well, that we made about 23% return on it by holding it for that many months. And I was looking for Microsoft. I don't know if I saw Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft. So Microsoft, for instance, we bought it close to 52 weeks low at the beginning of January 2023 for $2,343, and we sold it in November when it reached its peak, and we made 1,223 profit on that, or 52.21%. So we can pull Microsoft as well. January 25, November 6. Microsoft, and we are on the weekly chart here. Let's just work with the weekly chart. Okay, so we can see that is November 6. Let's see if we can find January what? 25? January 25. So I'm going to just move my things here. And that's this one here. January, I have January, let me see which one is January 25. I'm looking at the date at the bottom of the screen. Because it's a weekly bar, it's kind of hard. If it was a daily, we'll be able to pinpoint that bar. But it's a weekly, is within this week, the week of 23. So we bought it close to 52 weeks low back then. So that was the lowest. It was about going up from that low. When we bought it, it reached that 52 weeks and start going up when we bought it. And a position trader though could get off of this is a trend. You see this line here, this upward line from low to high here, that it was creating higher highs or peaks up to, in fact it continued, but it fell off of that trend here. So we can see that the trend ended in July. A position trader could get off of it in July, but we buy at 52 weeks low, we sell at 52 weeks high. So we held on to it until November 6, when it reached probably a peak somewhere there, and we sold it for about $1,000 profit. And that, by spending $2,000 to buy the stock and selling it for $3,000 and make $1,000 profit, that's what we did. But that was just how we used to do it. And even when we are trading risky stocks, penny stocks and so forth. But anyway, so let's get back to the spreadsheet. So those are dividend stocks that we purchase, and those Apple and Microsoft don't pay a lot in dividend though, but they are good stocks, so I include them in my dividend stocks. But we sold them to lock in those profits, and the ones that were red and are still red, we left them in the account. We do not, my husband and I, we do not sell stocks for a loss. We just leave them, and when they reach the 52 weeks high, we sell for profit. So, and let's continue here. So Google, we purchased Google January 25th as well of 2023 for $952, and we sold it for a profit of $366 or 38%. So, and then later so at this point, my husband and I were having that discussion when he said, you know what, for those profit that we made in 2023 by selling those stocks that reached 52 weeks high, he suggests that instead of just keeping them there for many years by targeting dividend income, is just better we sell them when they reach the 52 weeks high to lock in that profit, and when they go to 52 weeks low, we can buy them again, and while we held on to them so that they can reach the 52 weeks high, we can make dividend income from them, but we don't have to hold on to the stocks year after year. So I listened to his point of view, but it really changed my strategy that I set to follow in 2023. And I said, okay, so if we are going to trade, we are not going to passively trade the way we have been doing it by buying close to 52 weeks low and sell close to 52 weeks high. I'm going to see how people that trade for a living actually do it, so that we can create a stream of income through trading. That way we can save money to have a capital for trading, and then we can continue investing as well. That's how I went in, and instead of reading books this time, I watch videos, and I watch many videos, and the terminology were very new to me because, I mean, for years that I've been trading and investing, well, I just didn't have those jargon in my language. So, and I'll just YouTube some terminology to understand them better and go from there. And I took a lot of notes, and I try a strategy, and I think at this point I can say that strategy, that person is buying the breakout. So, and the breakout just mean when you see this bar where we sold here, it was a high. So like this is the previous peak, the highest that it reached before, and when it crossed it, I'm not going to go to the technical, but when the bar is crossing it, they will buy with the assumption that it's going to continue. And in this example, this bar crossed that high, continue 2 more weeks before it start showing a sign of going down. So some people buy the breakout because they receive the stocks has the force to go up, it will have the force to continue that way. So I'd say, okay, I'm going to try that with Google. So because at that point I sold Google, and then I say, you know what, I'm going to buy it. So and then I bought Google, and I think those dates here, I think at that point I didn't even sell Google. I had it, and I know that it's getting close to 52 weeks high, and I will sell it. But anyway, I bought Google in November 7, which will be exactly that week. Since we are working with weekly chart, that bar is for 1 week. I bought it at the high, considering that we bought it before in January, this low. Is it Google? No, this is Microsoft. So let's go to Google. Okay, so, and I don't think I mark Google here, so we can mark it. The first one happened January 25. So I think I'm going to now switch to daily chart, maximum daily chart, so that I can find January. Oh, okay, January should be somewhere here. So let me make it bigger. It might break it down for us. Okay, so January 25. So it is here. So this bar here, I'm going to click in the corner here to use my arrow, and then I'm going to just move the bar and see January 25. And January 25 is this red bar. So we bought Google on January 25, 2023, and we sold it in November. You can see we held it through those up and down up to November 9 when we sold it. I will click on edit and I will change the bar direction here, and I will click to activate so that I can rotate it. And I'll put it on the bar. So you can see where we bought it, and I'm just going to make it a little bit small. So you can see where we bought it, 52 weeks low, and you can see where we started, 52 weeks high. So we had about 2 trends, and the third one started when we sold it. So and then at that point I said, okay, so I'm going to practice that advice, that teaching that I learned from YouTube, and I bought it again and few on the 7, and I don't know what the 7 will be, and this is the 7. So we will put a bar there, and I sold it on the 9 few days later. In fact, I don't need 2 arrows there, but and I sold it 2 days later, or 6 days, I don't know, 3 days later, I have no idea, but 2 days later, and I made $6 profit or so on it. But anyway, what I noticed is I was a little bit anxious. I was not comfortable in my skin buying it that high and thinking it's going to go higher. So I sold it, and then I said to myself that no, that strategy is not for me. So I kept looking. So I think this one we made $6.30 on it, but again it could have worked though, because you can see it went down but then went up. So but anyway, I sold it to lock in that $6 profits, and because I'm not comfortable, we didn't really buy that high, we buy at 52 weeks low, so I was not comfortable buying it at the peak thinking it's going to go higher. But and then I kept learning from different YouTubers to see how they are doing it. Some advice contradicts other advices, but those 2 YouTubers, in my opinion, were able to make a living from their strategy. Therefore, either way you take it will work. You just have to find which one work with your personality. So, but it's just to show you feel that we sold in 2023, and the profit that we made for selling just by passively buying at 52 weeks low for dividend income purposes, and when they reach 52 weeks high we sold them, and we kept the one that are negative. And let me see this, and the one that are negative, let's see, I should have a spreadsheet that will show the account okay, the account position perhaps no, but the portfolio, yeah, the portfolio. So at the beginning of January you can see that we have in realized loss of 11,000 from those dividend stocks that are still in the red, and you can see that the one that reached their 52 weeks high that we sold, we made more profits from them compared to the unrealized loss that we have from stocks that are still in the red. Like we bought them at 52 weeks low and they went even further down. They have not come up yet. But yeah, so even though we did a lot of research to find those stocks, yeah, they are still in the low. So that's that as well. But and you can see that from that earning from just buying at 52 weeks low and selling at 52 weeks high, that profit from selling compared to the dividend we made for holding those stocks during that time frame or within that time frame, you can set the dividend stocks we made from them. It's just to say that investing in dividend stock is great, but the income is low. Therefore, a lot more of your money will be invested for the dividend income to be high enough to be substantial, to be a stream of income you can rely on. That's why I said 10 years goal, because if we can make, if we can make this in a year, in 10-12 years, we can make it in a month. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that was the idea. But again, you can the way I view it is investing is like you have another main source of income and you are pulling money from there to stash in your investment account to let that money grow over time for you. And when you are ready, you will have increase to a certain point that you can sell those stocks to live on. I think investment is like that. So I know some investors will say that, oh, you don't make money trading, you lose money trading. But I just show you our example. That's why I'm showing it, for you just to compare both. In my opinion, I could say both way works. You can make money trading, you can make money investing. And I had to say you make more money trading than investing. And I just show you dividend stock investing and position trading, even though I didn't know that's what it's called when my husband were doing it and did it last year. But you just see position trading and what we made and what we made from dividend stocks as well. So after I watched multiple videos, there was one that I like the strategy of that YouTuber. It's not glamorous, and I had to say that YouTuber is more a goal type of personality. If you know what color personalities are, there are four. You have the green, you have the gold. Gold are more goal oriented type people. And the green are more research type people. You have the blue, and the blue are more people centered. And you have the orange, and the orange are more risky type people, like climb the Himalaya mountain, for instance, or jumping from the airplane, or not following the rule, see if you can get away with it type things. But I mean, and we all have a combination of those four colors, but I think the first two colors, they can like balance each other. I think all four can balance each other. So depending on what your first two colors are, could affect how you do things as well. So I think that YouTuber might be more gold and green type person. So it was kind of easy for me to relate to his advices. But I can see the green personality in his teaching quite a bit. He's more goal centered, reaching his goal, not setting too much, too high of goal that you cannot reach, and so forth. But I just like his approach because it's not about making $47,000 in 5 minutes type of YouTube videos. And I noticed that his approach is a little bit close to what we have been doing. My husband and I, we bought a 52 weeks low and we sell a 52 weeks high. So let me go to 1 year daily chart. 1 year daily chart will show you 52 weeks low and high. So you can see the lowest within 52 weeks and the highest within 52 weeks. So my husband and I, we will buy close to 52 weeks low, and then we will sell close to 52 weeks high. And that's all we have done over the years. And we didn't really pay attention to the account much. There is not much to do in it. It's very passive. But I just didn't feel like when we are doing that with $100, with that much money that every month we are saving from our paycheck and putting in our account, I just didn't feel comfortable continue trading that way. So when my husband suggests that we trade, I really wanted to learn how people are making a living from trading so that I can see if I can find something that can improve the strategy we have been using so far. And I found this YouTuber strategy. He pretty much buys it at a low and sell it at a high, and he advised on the trend. So but yeah, and I found that being close to what we have been doing and what I wanted to do, because I wanted to buy between the low and sell between the highs within that 52 weeks, so that the low and the high I can buy and sell. And I was not even thinking back then that I will have so many lows and highs. I was just thinking about the easily recognizable one, a 2 or 3 that we might probably make more profit than just wait almost a year to sell it. And I'm just going to put his YouTube channel here in case you wanted to take a look at it. Right way options. I'm not endorsing anything. Like, he has a class as well, but I'm not necessarily endorsing that because I'm not taking any classes. I'm not a very good person to buy course. I don't buy course because I like to put in the work, create my own courses, pretty much by taking my own notes and searching different topics that I'm interested in, to put all the tips from different peoples together to see what can work for me. So that's how I build my skill. So I'm not very good at, I can't really buy a course because it's like writing a research paper. It's like pulling idea from different areas and putting it together to create your own research thing. So I can't really buy a course because I cannot really learn from just one person. So, but I found that if you go to his YouTube and you click on the playlist, you'll be able to find the videos, the educational videos, and I watch let's just say those two. I watch them, and I watch some of those because those are the ones you will see more on the video session, because they are the everyday market type, how the market is. But I learned a lot from him, and I learned from other YouTubers as well, and I keep watching what other YouTubers are advising as well. But if I would recommend a source that I used to learn, his channel is what I would recommend. But I'm not saying to buy a course or a membership because I didn't buy anything. I'm just using a free resource here and do my own work. So to me, it's more about building the skill. And what I like about him as well is he explained how to understand the chart and trade the trend line. When I started, other YouTubers, I use the indicator as well, the EMA and the some indicator, the 50 simple EMA and like moving average, the 200 simple moving average, and the 21 exponential moving average, and the 8 exponential moving average. But when I start learning from his channel, I drop those average, those indicators. He does use some of them. I drop them and I just trying to learn how to understand the price action on the chart, tracing my own trend line, and make my decision based on that. And I will say I start trading, and I will say I start swing trading at the beginning of January 2024 using this strategy: buying low, selling high, or buying close to the support and selling close to the resistance, or buying close to lows and selling close to high at the beginning of January 2024. And I set goals to reach, and I set about $300 a week goal to reach. And I do have some trade goals, and I don't think those are goals here, but let's see if I have some. So it's good to set some goals, and I just set some goals here to see if I'll be able to reach it. And for 2024, I try to see if I can make $300 a week, and which is about what we make a month in dividend stocks. And then I set about $100 a profit per trade, and from our account I wanted to allocate about $30K for trading to see how that will go. And then I needed to calculate how much I will spend per trade, and I went with about 5,000. And I said, okay, to reach the weekly goal, to target to buy 6 to 12 stocks a week. So that way I can divide how many profit I need to make per trade. It doesn't have to be 100 per trade to reach that 300 per week. But anyway, estimate a stock purchase to take about 2 weeks, because some of them, when I buy them and if they goes down, I just hold on to it. I do not sell a stock for a loss. Yes, stocks have filed bankruptcy on me before, but I do not sell stocks for a loss like how traders do. I do not. And I do not set a stop loss either. Traders usually they set a stop loss so that if the price goes down to that, it will automatically sell the stock for a loss for them to minimize the loss. That way they can use that capital to buy something else. But I do not do that because I'm so used to holding stocks that are in the red, and I can do that for years because I do have some stocks. IBM, for instance, I bought IBM in one of my investment account. For the longest time, that thing was red. This year, it became green. And then I follow it for few days, and when I have enough few dollar profit, I just sold it to free the money. But it's IBM you are talking about. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. But I had it there. I don't even know, since 2017 or so. I have no idea. So, but yeah, let's see where we are. So it's just the way I'm doing it. So pretty much what I'm doing, and because I'm naturally an investor and I'm trying to trade because I'm in a relationship with my husband that like trading. After I introduced him to stocks, I had to find a middle ground somewhere. So I know that we make more money trading, and I wanted to learn the skills of trading to see what skill can enhance my investment skills and what skills from my investment can enhance my trading skills. So I'm trying to find the middle ground between the two. That's just who I am. I like to find a balance in what I'm doing. So I do not set a stop loss. I do not sell for a loss. I'll just let the stock go down and go back up, and then I will sell, even if that's for a few dollar profit. For that reason though, I'm very cautious about stocks that are put in my master list to trade. Okay, so and and then I estimated that it can take me about 2 weeks for the stocks to reach a high point that I will sell it. Therefore, I had to take that into consideration if I wanted to have enough money on hand to keep trading. Because I'm learning the skills, I want to keep trading so that I can master the skill. So I want to have liquidity in the account. So to buy 5 stocks a week, you will need up to 5,000. You will spend up to 5,000 per trade. So that mean I will only make 6 trade from that. So to buy 12 stocks, you will spend up to 2,500. So that's 30,000 divided by 12. So I just have those guidelines to guide me so that if I want to have liquidity in the account, I should not buy too many shares of one stocks. So that if I had to wait 2 weeks to free that money, I can still continue trading so that I can master that. But you can set your own goals. That is just a simple goal that I set there, but you can set goals based on your living expenses. So if I say our living expenses is 35,000 a year, including living expenses and fixed income like utility, gas, food and things like that, and irregular expenses like taxes and repair, maintenance of the house and things like birthday celebration, gifts and things like that. If I set $35,000 for instance here, and I say okay, so IRS, we need to pay IRS, and IRS and the state, IRS is 22% and state is 6%, so 28% of that earning will be estimated tax. You will add that to it as well. So that's not the 800. That brings the total that you want to make to 44,800. So 44,800. If you set a basic return, because when we are doing the dividend stocks, we are setting 6% return in average to see if we can make a stream of income through dividend stocks, investing in dividend stocks that pay us about 6% annual return. So if we set that conservative rate here of 6%, that means we need to have an account that is about 746,000 to trade regularly during the year to reach $35,000 annual income if we are making 6% return. That is one way to start with how much you want to make a year to back into how much you need to in the account to work with. Another option, that's how I set goals. I try in different angles to see what I'll come up with. So another option would be to start with what you save in your account that you want to trade. And I say, okay, so if we have 150,000 in the account and we estimated for the first year to make 6% return, just like from dividend stocks, that would be about 9,000 earning at the end of the year. 6% times 150,000. So earning target by the month, that will be take 9,000 divided by 12. That's 750 a month. And earning target per week, that means you need to make $187.50 a week. So if you trade 3 times a week, that means every trade you need to make about $63 profit. So that is a very simple a way of breaking it down to have a goal. So in this one, I have $187 weekly goal to meet, but then I just went with one that was not based on any calculation whatsoever. 300 weekly goal to see if I will be able to meet that, being my first year intentionally trading and choosing swing trading to go with. And swing trading means you are trading the swing, and the swing, you see those zigzag on the chart, every single zigzag is a swing, is a, if I'm saying it right. So you are a swing trader, trade on one side of the swing. So on the side going up, you can trade there, and some people sure trade as well on the side going down or in a downtrend market. But I like to trade upward stocks. So I will buy and I will sell it. Like I'll buy here and I will sell it here, type thing. So that's swing trading. And position trading is trading a trend. So if the trend started here, it ended here or here, probably here or so, because it is determining the higher highs, the higher peak. You see this mountain here is higher than this peak here, and technically this trend ended here, another one started because this peak, oh no, this peak is higher than this. When I put the bar is up, so this peak is higher than this peak, this peak is higher than this peak, and so forth. So when you have those high peak, you will expect to have high lows as well. Do you see this low is lower than this low? So this low is higher than this low, this low is higher than this low, and this low is higher than this low, and so forth. And you can trace your trend line joining the lows, and if you have upward oblique line, you are in an uptrend, and you can trade on that trend. So the beginning of the trend to the end of the trend is a trend, and position traders can trade that, can buy at that low and sell it somewhere here at the end of the trend, or when they notice a lower high. Even those are higher highs compared to this though, so the trend has not really ended or so. But anyway, the trajectory change here. So a position trader could sell it and get out of it and wait for the uptrend to start again, because here it went sideways. I don't know how to say that, but horizontal trend here, and the uptrend trend started again. So a position trader can get back in it and go and continue the trend. But a swing trader will buy on the low and sell on the high and wait for the stock to go down, and they will buy it when they start going up again and sell it when they reach the high. So they will trade one side of the swing each time, locking in those profits. So, and that is what I'm learning to do this year, 2024, and then I can compare it to 2023 dividend stocks income to see how it goes. But now I'm going to show you the return so far as of January 27, 2024, 4 weeks of trading, 4 weeks of trading, and I do have some of those stocks that I purchased that I have not sold yet, and that's not yet sold, amount committed. Those are the stocks that I purchased that I have not sold, and that is the amount that is trapped in some stocks. And but and I'm tracking that as well so that I can analyze that. And you can, and some of them, let me see if I can find few. You can see this example that I have $11 profit. I bought it on the 3rd of January, and then it went down, and I just held on to it until on the 24th of January. I saw some $11 profit there, and I just sold it to free that money and lock in that profit. But I held it for that long. If I had put a stop, it would have sold the stocks at a loss for us, and minimizing the amount that will be lost as well. But I just know that that stock is not going anywhere. I can hold on to it, and I can just show you that one is CXX. And I will first go to a monthly chart to show you the trend of it. You can see the trend of these stocks. The green is where the price is right now. So when you look at that, you can look at all the mountain before that level, and you can see that we have some mountain here, and that's pretty much it. So the price is now lower than multiple highs that happened in the past. Therefore, this chart is a yes in my master list. Whether it's a pay dividend or not, is not, I'm not even for trading. I'm not caring about dividend stock, because I know that dividend stocks, a lot of time they tend not to grow fast, and they do not have this growth in their chart. And because I'm trading, I need to capitalize on the growth. So if it's not paying a lot of dividend, or it's not paying dividend at all, I'm okay with it. Now that we look at the look of the chart as a whole, from maximum monthly chart, I'll go to maximum daily chart. And from maximum daily chart, you can, let me zoom for us to see. We bought it January 3rd, but then it didn't go up as we anticipated. The trend is ending. Let's see. Yeah, the trend, you see this high here? It is higher than this high here. So the trend ended, and the stocks went sideways a little bit before continuing. And at this point, I don't even know if we have a trend yet here, because we need to identify the lowest low and the higher low. We need 2 points to start tracing the new trend. But I bought it, and then it went sideways. It didn't go up as I anticipated. You can see what I was looking at, and that's why it's important to have a trade journal. And I believe I must have seen this high, and I was expecting that to go low, and when it reached the trend line, I will buy it. So when it reached the trend line, it was red. The next day that it turned green, I bought it. But again, to go high, it didn't go high. It went sideways and then went down. So I held it in the account for some weeks, and then I noticed that it started about to go down again, and I sold it. But if you look, 2 days later, it went up though, if I have held on to it. But again, there was an earning going on too on the day that I sold it. But it could, you see how it went down, the lowest price for that day, the next day, and then it went up. But anyway, I just sold it to get out of it, and I made $11 profit. So it's kind of good when you are trading to have a trading journal to screen capture what you are looking at when you made the decision to buy, and to screen capture what you are selling, to 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 capture what you saw when you sold, so that you can look back and meditate on it if you are going to buy that stocks again, to understand the behavior. So, but I've tried to put those mark on the screen as well, to pinpoint where I bought, where I sold. But that is that if I have put a stop loss somewhere down below this trend where I bought it, it could have sold it at a loss for us, because few times the price drop a little bit lower. So, but anyway, without getting off track too much, that is just an example. But it's good to record, keep your trades, how much you bought, when you bought it, and how much you sold it, and when you sold it. And I have other tabs to pull data too. And here we have a weekly revenues from those trades, and you can see that we pretty much made our goal of 300 a week. And these stocks that I say my husband likes so much, we bought it again in January, if I can find it. We bought it January 12, and then we sold it January 25 for profit. So I do not like that chart. I'm going to go back to it, and that is for 2 weeks. And you don't know if you remember when we had it in 2023, it was about a year or so when we sold it for 6,000 profit. I'm not sure, we can check it. For 5,000 profit. Let's see. Yeah, we sold it for about 5,000, 6,000 profit, and then we bought it again and we sold it, and that one was a year time frame, 6/30 2022 to 6/22 2023, 10/12 2022 to 6/22 2023. You can see how long we held on to it to make that 6,000 on it. So when we bought it in November and sold it in November, less than a month, we made about $5,000 on it. So you can see the difference between that short time frame and the longer of, although we didn't the number of share purchase is different, so that's something you need to consider as well. So if we even just take this one to work with, the total will be 1,500 for that month. But even this one is more than, is almost double this amount. So this amount is 6,000, and this, if we want to take half of this, it will be about what, 700 or so of profit for a month. So just keep in mind that the number of share purchase within those two time frames, or during those two times trade, is different. So, but then, so the higher the number of shares you purchase, the higher the profit as well. But then in 2024, we pretty much put the profit back in it to buy it again, and within that same month, 2 weeks probably, we made about 4,000 profit. So you can see, when you hold on to it for longer time frame, and when you position trade versus when you swing trade, you can see that. But the time frame that we held on to it, let's go back to the dividend stock. He pay us dividend. I think the dividend is about 4%, and he pay us dividend of about 500 there in December, right before we sold it or right after we sold it or so. But you can see the profit we made by selling versus the profit we made by through dividend income. And we try both position trading and swing trading on it. So, but again, I do not like these stocks. I'm not recommending you trade these stocks. It is risky. It has a risk. It has a higher reward, but it is risky. I'm learning sustainable way to make a living through trading. Not trading risky stocks. So I keep telling my husband that these stocks is risky. He keeps saying it is the only stocks that he trusts because he make money with it in the past. I don't know how we can trust one stock among 7,000 that there might be in the stock market. I think he's misplacing his trust. He should put his trust in me instead. What do you think? So, but anyway, I don't know how he can trust a stock that is going down and has not really found a way to go up. And he kept saying he traded in the past for money. But yeah, those in the past that he's talking about is in around this area, 2017, 18 or so. But this range, the price is not even there anymore. I would say that would be the normal range for this airline. But it went in 2021, because everybody is traveling, probably in 2021 it went up. So, but when it went back down, it didn't even go back down to the original time frame. I mean, like dollar amount frame. It went below it, so it's going down. Therefore, it is a risky stock that I will not recommend. But I don't know, and putting close to half of our investment account money in it is a risky approach. I will not recommend that either. So I keep telling him that I'm not okay with it. He's the one making the suggestion. I'm the one trading, and I'm not comfortable trading that. So I keep telling him that at some point this year we can keep trading it, but we are just going to buy 100 shares, not more than that, and the profit is not going to go in it. That way, if it goes to the ground, which I doubt it will go, we didn't lose everything. But I just don't. It's not the type of stocks I'm trading, and it's kind of hard for me to find trend there because there is not one good one to lean on. So if I go to daily chart, no, not 1 year chart, but that's fine. So we bought it, and we in November, we sold it in November, and we bought it again January 12, and we sold it January 25 or 25 or so. So let me make it higher for you to see it. So I told him that we have a green bar showing up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, weekend between. It could go down. Therefore, it'll be good. We can lock in that 4,000 profit if he wants to, instead of waiting for that to continue going up to sell it sometimes in spring when people are traveling springtime. It will reach a soft peak in springtime. So, and he agreed that we sell it. And I brought my concern again that I don't have any trust whatsoever. I don't even have a trust in stock that I trade. So it's not this one that I put mine in. And he keeps saying that's the only stocks he trusts. I don't even know why we will use a trust trading stocks. But again, I think he's more orange type person. He likes risk, and he's very trusting. So I'm the opposite of that. I do not trust. So, and I keep telling him that it's not because you make money with it in the past that you should keep buying it. When the facts are in front of you, that stocks keep going down. So yeah, but just know that I know some trader will trade those stocks and make money on it, and this long descent, some people might even short and make money short trading. I don't short trade. I'm new to swing trading, therefore I'm learning one skill at a time, and I'm trying to find it has to continue going up for me to trace the new trend here. I have one low here, but I'm not seeing the second low yet. I have a low here. I don't know how down it's going to go. At this point, I'm just thinking we can just trade it horizontally. If it reach this resistant line, which is a previous peak somewhere, a previous high, we can buy it again. If it goes up, we can sell it and do that there until sometimes in spring we can actually just resume to 100 share to just, since he really trusts these stocks and I really don't trust these stocks, I had to compromise somewhere. 100 share it is, so that I can free our account from how much we have been putting in this. But anyway, and he has a roof he want to change, and I say it's a roof that can last longer. It's not leaking. We can keep it for a little longer, but he think he can trade these stocks to to fix the roof, and I think I might just cave in for that. But anyway, so yeah, I just want to show you this, that I'm not, because I'm new to swing trading. I'm not even allowing those type of stocks in my master list to this, and this is an exception of that because my husband really want me to consider that. So, and I have to compromise somewhere. It's what relationship is about, right? But anyway, let's go back to our weekly, and you can compare how much profit we are making in a weekly basis to the exception to this as let's just say it's not the norm, so I will take that out of the equation to just see the one that you can see the small profit that I'm locking in for those stocks. $4, those are dividend stocks that I invested in. So when those dividend stocks that are red, when they are turning green, I will analyze the chart. If I'm not a big fan of the chart, I will just sell it for a profit. And you can see Cloros is one of them, but I have not sold it yet. But those are dividend stocks. You can see it's even dividend is what here, 7%, and I turn everything no now, so that the dividend can just be a cash in the account. But yeah, I'm pretty much selling the dividend stocks when they turn green, like when we have unrealized gain. The red is unrealized loss. The one that are kind of black, they are really normal green, so that means unrealized gain. So when the one that I purchased in 2023 or so for dividend turn green, I'm selling them to free the capital lock in them. And those two are trades. I purchased them to trade, so they don't pay any dividend. And this one I purchased it to trade as well. But yeah, so but I have few reds that I purchased to trade that in the red, and this one is an example of that. Pay 2% dividend or so, but it's in the red, and I don't know when I purchased it, but it's still there. I am not selling it for a loss, and we can see when we bought it on the 3rd of January, and I have not sold it yet. So that's why I'm tracking committed amount to see how much it has not is trapped in the stocks that are not sold yet, and those are just the stock purchased for trading, not the one that are purchased in 2023 for investment purposes. And at the same time, I'm tracking purchases by week, whether they are sold or not, so that I can see in average how much capital I'm spending to buy stocks to make those weekly profits as well. So, and they are pulling from the 2024, but because there are some stocks purchased prior year, I needed to separate them out of 2024 purchases as well. And then I have the monthly, the monthly things here, and pretty much showing how much was bought. It's just like there will be a repetition there. Stocks that are purchased multiple times will be included. So, and sold multiple times will be included for the profit and the fee that we paid, and so forth. And for that is the stocks that I don't know why my husband finding it, but yeah, let's not dwelling on that too much. But yeah, that is what I wanted to share with you, that in this year I might make some videos to pretty much share my take on those swing trading profits compared to dividend stocks profits. And dividend stocks, there is not much work to it, but trading, it is a lot of work though. It is a lot of work, and it is good. You can see the record that I'm keeping so that I can pull information from, but you'll be able to pull information from Charles Schwab as well. And I designed some tab here that will depend on pulling data from Charles Schwab to it. So data that I'll pull from Charles Schwab, these tabs, those tabs are designed to pull data from it. So I have not really populated 2024 data yet. I'll do that at the end of January. So there will be monthly routine to see the trade by month. And so far we have 2023 in it, just to show the buy, the reinvestment share, and the sales, and the profit and loss, and those are more realized or so. But anyway, excuse me. And then we have those is by year, and then we have by month that I still need to pull data. This is showing 2023 so far, but I'll pull data to it. So, and we will be able to pull data from Charles Schwab. You'll export your history, account history, from account history section. You will click on export, and you will export the CSV and save it, and you'll be able to use it to pretty much track whatever you want to track. But as I'm buying and selling, I'm manually tracking my things on a daily basis. So there is a daily record that needs to be done. So I have on my trade goal, I have the work that needs to be done as well, and I might have a video to show different section of that, but there is a daily routine that needs to be done. And I will say it takes about 3 hours to go through the daily routine. And the daily routine pretty much is about recording your trades during the day, and update your trading journal, and then analyze the chart to see if there are some stocks that you will purchase the next day. Those are the 3 things you will do, and it can take you about 3 hours to get it done. after the market close. So it's now when you are buying the stocks that you spend time is what you are doing after the market close is where you spend most of the time. And then you have the weekly routine. So pretty much you saw the you know you'll go to account history for Charles Schwab as well, and you'll pretty much record your trade, and then you'll go to your journal, and I can create a video on how I do that, but I use PowerPoint, and I can just click on this one that we saw $17 negative number there, and I will pretty much screenshot the chart for that day where the price bar is for that day, and then screenshot the account, the Charles Schwab account, where the profit or the loss is, the unrealized profit or unrealized loss is as well. And pretty much you can see, take note and screenshot your chart to show, and then screenshot your account to show the unrealized profit or loss at the end of the day, and then screenshot to show where the last bar is for the day in comparison to where you purchase the things. And I have that profit that is kind of small there, and I don't know what I try to do here, but probably trying to again see, and so it's showing a profit there, and the chart, but pretty much is what I call trading journal. And sometimes I write numbers, I write as well, I take notes, but you can see it was kind of negative, and it continued to be negative, and that's where I bought it, and I start showing the arrow where I bought it and where it's now. And technically, by capturing what I'm seeing at that point, I could say that 2 days later I could have sold it for a small profit. But when I waited, it went down. So by capturing those moments, you can analyze the chart to see what you could do to improve next time type things. So, and again, it does not mean that when you reach that, you think it's going to, you might think it might continue to go up. But again, you can see that the barrier of the price bar is kind of small. So maybe it's losing momentum. Buyers are trying, sellers are trying to step in or so, but the price went down after that, and I could have sold it probably around here as well, but I didn't. So and the negative number that we just saw was more here, but then it could have been sold there as well, and I'll show it clearly there. At that point, I was $4 positive, and I could just sell it and log out of it. But then the following day, it started going down. It opened at that price, but closed at the end of that bar, and we went $4 negative. And the next day, we went $4 positive, and I didn't sell it. And we went to $22 negative, $17 negative, when it turned to be that. So taking the recording the journal can allow us to go back and see what we did, what we could have done better, and learn from it. So there was 2-3 options there that I could have sold it for a small profit and log out of it, but I didn't do it. And that's something I could learn from it. But even that's $1 profit, I had a chance to do it. So, but yeah, that is an example of trading journal, and pretty much do it for every single one of the trade is time consuming. And the next things will be to look at your master list, your, I'm calling it weekly daily list here, but I think it's just going to be weekly list will be more the name to call it. But those are the stocks that over the weekend you'll go through your master list to pull stocks from to your weekly watch list, and every day you will analyze the chart for those stocks on your weekly watch list to see if there is something there that you could buy the next day. And that can take times too. It's good to have about 20, but I'm working on something here and I have more than that. But I pretty much reduce this to this one that I'll be going with is about 151 when I have about 300 or so, I think, of the total. But I will show in another video how to create a master list and how to create a weekly watch list. But yeah, so those are the daily routine to go through, and I will say it could easily take about 3 hours a day to do that, to make the modest weekly profit that I have been making for the past 3-4 weeks. And it's just for me to pull both, to share both with you, trading stocks versus investing in dividend stocks. Which one makes more money? Is in my opinion, trading stocks is more profitable. By just comparing the first 4 weeks of January that I started it to 1 year of dividend stocks earning, I will say the trading is more profitable than the trading is more profitable than dividend stocks, than income through dividend stocks. So, and again, and even if I show the occasional trading that my husband and I did in the past, and we did it last year as well, you could see that even with that occasional trading that didn't require a lot of work at all, just selling some of those stocks that we have been making dividend income from, we made more profit from it than from dividend income. So I will say that you can make money investing in dividend stocks and you can make money trading. You just have to see which one works with your personality. I will suggest both though, but you just have to see what works with your personality. And trading stocks, there are different ways to do it. There is the position trading, which my husband and I did in 2023, and there is the swing trading that I'm trying in 2024. So, and you can see just for 4 weeks in the profit that we made for trading actively. And it's not day trading. I'm not day trading. I don't day trade. But it requires a lot of work. And I say 3 hours a day in average to record your trades and update your trading journal for each one of those stocks that you have in the stock you have in your portfolio. You have not sold here, but you purchase them for trading, and analyze the chart for the on the weekly watch list that to see if there is a chart that is well positioned that you can buy you can buy those stocks the next day, for instance, and then you analyze the chart for every stocks that you have in your account. You do that during updating the journal. That way you know if there are some stocks that you need to sell the next day as well. So you do that, and I will say it takes about 3 hours to go through that process, and it is tiring doing that at the end of the day. So if you don't finish it, then you'll do it early in the morning before the market open or before you go to work. So, but again, for that much work, that is how much I was able to make trading small compared to not doing any work at all. After spending hours to find the dividend stocks to create my master list, I didn't have to do much work other than casually at the end of the month when we transfer money to the account. I'll just go in and check the stocks that are in the red and see where they are compared to their 52 weeks low and the 52 weeks high. Analyze the chart to see if I want to buy more, and then I will buy more of those. I will say no, I don't like that chart, I won't buy more, I won't buy more of it. So those are monthly things that I did when we were investing in dividend stocks, to just rely on the income from dividend. So it's more passive, does not require hours of work on a daily basis. But trading, in my opinion, requires hours of work, and it's not the amount you spend trading, it is the amount of hours you spend after the market close or before the market open. That's where you spend most of the time working, and that is for swing trading that I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm not speaking for day trading. So even position trading that my husband and I did last year to make that 19,000, we didn't do much. When we see the account in the green and the amount is so substantial, I'll just let my husband know that these stocks, we have quite a bit of profit in it, and then I'll click on the stocks symbol to see where it is at, the prices are compared to the 52 weeks high. And when it's close, I will ask my husband if it's not a good idea for us to sell it. So that's how we did to sell the one we sold in 2023 to lock in those profits, and that's position trading. But it didn't require us a lot of work really, because we already created a master list analyzing the chart to select those dividend stocks. I mean, some bad one got in as well. So, but yeah, and I will create videos to just share how I'm analyzing the chart, how I'm recording my trades, and how I'm updating my trading journal to show you the process that I'm going through, for you to see if that's something that you think you can include as one stream of income in your portfolio of streams of income. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. And in our channel and on our blog, we share different ways you can make money and different ways you can save money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on your employer to provide for your family. And trading stocks is one way to make money. And as I'm starting it now, I like to make videos on it so that I can maybe explain things in a way that might be more understandable to you than when I'm well advanced in it, that I can just assume that you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it makes sense. So I might more take time to explain few things now that I'm trying to understand them myself, compared to when I'm well in it, I might just brush it off, thinking everybody understand what I'm talking about. So that's why I think it might just be a good idea to start making some video to share with you in case you are interested in it. Yeah, you can start learning to trade. There are different things you can trade though. There are forex. We are in just we are in think or swim platform. And if you have Charles Schwab account, Charles Schwab bought TD Ameritrade last year, and TD think or swim I think was a platform of TD Ameritrade. When I started trading, my first account was with TD Ameritrade, and then I created an account with Charles Schwab. I didn't know that one day one will buy the other, but I didn't really use TD Ameritrade. I find the account very busy to me, and when I create Charles Schwab account, I use it more often because things were more thorough, easy for me to find what I was looking for. But TD Ameritrade, the website was so busy. There were so many details, and I could say that TD Ameritrade was more suited for traders, and Charles Schwab is more suited for investors. So for Charles Schwab to buy TD Ameritrade is like they try to accommodate their website for trader as well. That's just my opinion. But Think or Swim became a platform, a trading platform that you can access through Charles Schwab. And when we go to trade, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but there is a place you'll find products. But anyway, they have forex, future, I believe, and then they have option, and then they have stocks. So just for you to know that, you can do those things as well. But I'm only trading stocks at the moment, and even in stocks I'm only swing trade. Although I have done position trading in the past, now I'm just swing trading to learn it, to learn that skill, and I'm only trading one side of the swing so far, only one side, the upside of the swing so far. And I found that uptrending chart are more the style that I want to trade. And over time I will try to understand those stocks that, like Allegiant for instance, that we just came from, that has kind of weird chart. But those upchart trend, if I go to the monthly, you'll be able to see the chart from far. You can see it's uptrend. So yeah, that's what I'm putting in my master list most of the time, and trying to trade is helping my learning process to determine the higher highs and the highest lows and so forth, and trace my trend and work with it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. We thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you very much for all your comments, and we thank you very much all that subscribe to our channel. On our channel we share different ways you can save money and different ways you can make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And this is about 1 or 2 ways or 3 ways you can make money: swing trading, position trading, dividend stocks, investment. So thank you. On our website we share we have free templates. Let me see, I think I'll close it. But at ninasoap.com we have free download session where you can find free templates that you can use to manage your personal finances and your business as well. I do not have those those investment spreadsheet there. We have monthly budget spreadsheet and some business spreadsheet. But I think I will create a video to show how I design my spreadsheet. Maybe I won't add a voice to it, I'm not sure, but some of them are still on, is a work in progress. So like when I wanted to track something, then I create a tab to pull the data, so it is in progress type. So and I don't know how it's going to work if you are now using ChartSwap, because I'm pulling data from ChartSwap and I'm customizing the spreadsheet to be able to pull data from my raw data that I pull from ChartSwap. So yeah, I'm not making any promises, but I think I will make videos, some videos at least, to show how I create those spreadsheets so that you can design your own if you are looking for something like that. Thank you very much.